Morning. This is Frank with the Morning Quick Shot, brought to you by Trade Stockers and ninZa.co traders. It's Friday, August 5th. It's about 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Getting started a little early this morning so we can set up for non-farm payroll, unemployment rate, trade balance, right here at 7:30 Central Standard Time. And of course, there's consumer credit at 2 o'clock as well. Going to be a busy day, a lot of movement. We'll see what happens with all this. So let's get started this morning. It looks like we had it open last night at 21.6225. Just dropped down immediately. Got our overnight low was 21.69. Worked right up to our high of 21.6525. And then we have balanced just since then between the overnight open and this overnight high. And just sitting here currently, we're just about ready to touch the overnight open again there at 62.25. It's moving right down in there. So what are you in store for today? Well, who really knows? This market's crazy. Non-farm payroll news is going to give us a lot of movement this morning, so we need to be real cautious. But let's take a look after the market settles down from the news. Let's see what happens. But from right here, we'll tell you that right now we can just continue to consolidate in this area until the 7:30 news, and then after that, it depends on what it does. But let's just say it stays in this consolidation, and the news brings us to the downside. So as we start to move to the downside, we want to break this overnight low, head back to the overnight low right here at 2161. Look for a bounce off of here to go right back up. Test this overnight high again, still within this consolidation range, so be real cautious. Look for the breakout above 65.75 here, and if you want to continue to the long side, but let's continue to the downside now. And once we break this and come up here, retest probably somewhere in 64. If we're heading to the downside, we're going to head right, stop the upside right here at 63, 64 area. The 24-hour VWAP will be in play. Look for us to come back down and test this again and come all the way down and test this fib support blue line right here and also a zone from yesterday and the bottom of this consolidation right through here that we had in the afternoon. Look for us to test 59 and then come all the way down and test yesterday's open at 57.75. Then look for a retest of this 24-hour fib, which would be resistance at this point. Possibly move back up into this zone, the overnight low, right in this area. We're consolidated between this zone between 61 and 59. So be real cautious of this area again. If it fails this, look for the move down to 56. Now down to 56, we got real strong support. This could be a reversal today, and just the overnight flush to go to from this morning from the news to get us down here and then go right back up for the day. So be cautious. Now, if it goes up into here, again, look for a retest. If it fails this zone right up in here, it comes right back down to the 53 zone. And as we start to look, this overnight low from yesterday is just above this 53. So expect this to come back up and retest this area again, come right back down into this zone, and start consolidating in this zone. It might trade through a little bit, probably about the 50 area. Look for it to come back up and retest this 53. And again, now on this second time, if it doesn't get through, look for this market to just drop down to the 40s, 45 zone right here. And as we scroll up down to the 42 zone, we should find real good support at either one of these levels. Watch the momentum as it goes through these zones to see if we're going to get our reversal in this pattern here or in this zone here. Okay. Now down below this, we've got the 34. This could be that 100% retracement. If the market gets real ugly, and sometimes with non-farm payroll, trying to digest it, we can head down to this 2024 area as a low, maybe all the way down here to this 2020 in this zone, and even down into this area down below it here. This 2020 will be a key area if we have a big dump today, so be cautious of that. So now let's look again to the upside. As we come back up, if the news is good and or the market just settles right away and we start trading up, like you said, look for the breakout up into here before we start doing anything. But look for a test, probably around here 68 area. Look to come back and retest the top of this zone again, possibly down to the 24-hour view up wherever it is, probably somewhere in this zone, and get the bounce off of it for the long up into this zone. And the 72 targets anywhere from 71 to 72.75. So be cautious of that. Look for a little bit to come back and retest this again, probably around 70 area from the notes, and then back up all the way to the 75 area, back to test this zone, and then drive right up into this next zone up here at 78. Now again, we're getting into some key market profile resistance areas, so keep an eye on those. here at 78. Could be a possible reversal again, and look for it to come down today if it does that. But if it comes, look for the retest at 75. Back up to retest this, and it may take a couple times to get through this area, and then go right up into this 83 if it does happen to close above here. Okay. Yeah, once we get to close above here, look for it to retest the top of this zone again, maybe even the bottom. It really wants to be sure it can hold this high here, and then go right up into 83 and into this zone up here 86. So if it really goes good today, they could push this all the way up into this next zone in the 92, 93. Market profile says 94 up there, so be careful of this zone right here. If it happens to get up here, look for a reversal for profit taking to settlement for the weekend. Again, reversals could occur here at the 83 and 77, so watch the momentum today as we come up. Now let's take a look at the market profile here. Well, we'll just skip to it. And here we go. Looking on a daily frame, you see this big downturn failed right here at the 41 level. We have pushed right back up, and we've now closed above the 60 level, which is a good sign for this market to go right on up to 67. If we can clear the 67 and come back and retest it, look for it to go right up to the 76 area where we talked about 77, 75. This is a key area. So at this point here, we could get this double top, and this is when this market could just dump. Again, key area to look for is this 2120 area down in here, okay? It's not quite the 38 pro retracement, but this is the real key area, and if we pull all the way back to 38.2, we're looking at back to 2100. So let's be real cautious with today. If you're long term, let's take a look. You would, if we closed above here this morning, if you get a chance, we're actually in a good position. Get a couple point pullback, look for the long, and try to take the 63 long just off the 60 to go up to 66, 67 area for target one. Target two, obviously 77. And keep your trail stop in. Hopefully you can, we'll go through here. If not, you get stopped out, wait for the pullback again to this area, and then look for this next target at 87 and then 99. If you're short after the market, you think we're heading down. First key zone, 51 down here, 51. Then 46, and then right here at the bottom here at 41. Look for some retests back up in this 46 on the longer term areas, and then look for it to head right down to these zones, okay? 34, 24, 19. Look for these zones for long term targets. Maybe, I'm not sure I'd hold over the weekend, but just pay attention to, don't pay attention to the small stuff and just look at these big market profile targets and hang in there today. If you got any questions, contact Frank at TradeStalkers.com and have a great day.